Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Titini daughter of Sivaraman. My ID number is 4251000881. Today I'm going to tell you a story about You Will Never Walk Alone by Nick Alia Hayati. Let me start by asking you this. Have you ever felt like giving up because no one seems to understand what you are going through? Imagine being surrounded by people yet feeling completely alone. You smile, you laugh, go about your day. But deep down, you are hurting and no one notices. In those moments, it's easy to believe that no one cares. But what if I told you someone always does? You see, whether you are struggling with studies, friendships, family expectations, or even just trying to figure out who you are, this story I'm sharing today is for you. It's a reminder that even in our loneliness time, we are never truly alone. This story, You Will Never Walk Alone by Nick Alia Hayati, touched me deeply. Her words are more than just motivational quotes, they are based on her real experience filled with strength, fear, hope, and healing. So, today I want to take you on a journey through three important truths from this story. Firstly, how pain and hardship can make us feel isolated. And the second one is how unexpected support can reignite our hope. And the final one is how believing in ourselves and others can lead us toward healing. Go to the first point. Pain and hardship can isolate us. Sometimes life gets hard. Maybe your grades are slipping, or your parents expect more than you can give. Maybe you are facing something no one knows about. It's easy to feel like you are all alone in it. Nick Alia went through this. She was overwhelmed stress, expectations, and personal loss. To others, she seems fine, smiling on the outside, but inside, she was exhausted, drowning quietly in her own thoughts. She thought no one would understand. That's how pain works. It makes us feel invisible. But here's the thing, just because you feel alone doesn't mean you are alone. And that leads us to the next point. Unexpected support can reignite our hope. Sometimes support shows up when we least expected it. A classmate checks in, a teacher gives you encourage, or a friend simply says, I'm here if you need me. In Nick Alia's story, someone noticed she had gone quiet, not just physically but emotionally. That friend reached out with a simple message, you don't have to go through this alone. That moment changed everything for her. It reminded her that she was seen, she was loved, and she mattered. So, if you ever felt unnoticed, remember someone is noticing. And if you see someone struggling, be that person who reaches out. And when someone does reach out, we have to believe that we deserve that care, which brings me to the final point that will continue by my friend Kim. And thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kwan Kim Hong and my matrix number is 4251002521. So today, I want to share something that really touched me from the book of the name called You Will Never Walk Alone by Nick Alia Hayati. Besides that, I want to share to you all the next main point from the book, which is believing in ourselves and others lead us to healing. So what are the elaboration from the book? So the elaboration from the book, which is healing, starts when we allow ourselves to believe that we are strong enough to endure and that we are worthy of support and kindness. Once we open our hearts to both self-love and the love of others, the journey becomes lighter. Besides, so for the example of the book, which is after receiving support, Nick Alia began to believe in herself again. She joined group activities, shared her story, and even helped others who were struggling. Also, her courage became a light for others is to providing that pain doesn't have to break us, and it is also can build us into someone stronger. So, in conclusion, I want to share to you all that we begin by exploring how pain and hardship can isolate us, making us feel like no one sees or understands us. Then, we learn that support often comes when we least expect it, in the form of the simple word, gesture, or friend who choose to see. In conclusion, finally, we saw that the true healing begins when we believe in ourselves and accept the love others offer us. So let me remind you again of the heart of this story. No matter how hard life gets, you are never truly alone. And there's always hope, always strength with you, and someone who cares even when you don't see it yet. Finally, we saw that the true healing begins when we believe in ourselves. So, let me ask you one more. Have you ever feel like giving up because no one understands? You are not alone. You are never will, and just like Nick Alia Hayati, you too can rise. Stronger than before, by holding on, is because you'll never walk alone. Okay, so that's all for our presentation, and I would like to say thank you to everyone.
Hello everyone, I'm Saranya Pushparaja. Today I'm going to discuss about the first book of the assignment, which is the title of the book is Power of Habits, which is written by Charles Duhigg. So now let's go into the book. Do you know what more than 40% of the things we do every day are not a decision? They are habits. Think about it. So from the moment you wake up to how to brush your teeth or even how to check your phone, most is automatic. So now what if I told you that the key to success, happiness and motivation isn't just about talent or luck, it's about your habits. So yes, today I want to share with you how a book called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg opened my eyes to the small things we do every day and how changing even one habit can completely transform our lives. So now, as a secondary school student, you're constantly being told to work harder, study more, or stay focused. But no one tells you how actually motivated or how to make those changes last, right? So that's why this book is so powerful. It gives us the tools to do just that. So now why I am so passionate about it, because I've been, you are, right, where you are. So I've struggled to stay motivated, to break bad habits and to build new ones. But after reading this book and digging into the lessons, I realized something simple about powerful, which if I could change my habits, I could change my life. So today I'll be sharing 3 key points from the power of habit that can help you to stay motivated and successful. So first, I will describe about how habits are formed. Second, I will explain how changing just one habit can spark big changes. And third, I will talk about how can use these 3 ideas to stay motivated in school and life. Let's start with how habits actually works. Charles Duhigg breaks down the habit process into something called habit loop, and it has 3 parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue, what is actually triggers your brain to go into automatic mode. The routine is behavior you do, and the reward is what your brain gets from it, like pleasure, relief, and excitement. So for example, imagine you come home from school tired. That's your cue. Then, without thinking, you grab your phone and scroll through TikToks for hours. That's your routine. The reward, you feel relaxed and entertained. But what if you change just that one routine? What if instead of scrolling, you went for a short walk or listened to music while reviewing notes? You had been still get the reward, but with less guilt and more progress. So now let's move to the second idea, which is the power of the changing one habit. Just one habit. So do we introduce the concept of keystone habits? These are habits that once changed can trigger a chain reaction in your life. Let me give you one example lah. Okay, a student who starts making their bed every morning might begin to feel more organized. That small action leads them to tidy their desk. So then they start planning their homework. Before long, they are just turning in assignments early and feeling more confident. So it all started with one small change. The truth is, you don't need to change everything. Just start with one positive habit and let the rest follow. So finally, let's talk about how you can apply all this to your daily life as a student. So start by picking a small habit you want to improve. Maybe it's waking up early, maybe it's reviewing one subject for 15 minutes a day. Then create a cue, like setting an alarm, add a routine, like opening your notebook right after breakfast, and give yourself a reward. Maybe a break, a snack, or just checking your phone afterwards. Okay, so even better, get a friend to do it with you. Duhigg explains that believe a community habit sticks. This is right. So when things get tough, and you will have support. The best part is motivation becomes automatic. You won't have to try hard anymore. It will just be who you are. So let's wrap this up. Okay, so first we learn that every habit has a cue, routine, and reward. So second, we saw that one small change, like a keystone habit, can transform many areas of your life. And third, we explored how you as a student can apply these lessons to stay motivated and succeed in school and beyond. Okay, remember what I said at the start. Most of what you like to isn't a decision, it's a habit. Okay, so that means if you don't like your current results, you can change your habit and change your future as well. So motivation is a mystery, it's a habit. So success isn't a luck, it's a habit. Thank you.
Hi everyone, today I want to share something really meaningful. A book called Light for the Lost Soul by Miss Nina. Some of you may know her as a former celebrity. She had the kind of life many people dreaming of. You know what it is? Fame, success, and followers. But deep down, she still felt empty. Even with all her success, she wasn't truly happy. And I think we can relate to that. As students, we face stress, pressure, and sometimes feel lost. We are like smiling outside but struggling inside. Her story shows that it's okay to feel that way. In her book, she shares how reconnecting with her faith helped her find peace, purpose, and light. She didn't need that world approve that. She needed to find herself. Here's why a story matters to us. First, it helps us reflect on who we want to be, not just what we want to do. Second, it reminds us to care for our soul, not just our image or grades. Third, it shows how faith can bring real peace when life feels heavy. One line that stuck with me was this: you don't need to have all the answers now, just take the next step towards what truly matters. So, if you ever felt lost or unsure, that's okay. It means you are on your way to finding something better. Let's take care of our hearts. Let's look within, because that's where the real light is. Thank you, guys. Bye.